Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Baldur's Gate 3, where we've just re-killed a dragon. But further horrors await us today. We're going to have a conversation with Will.
I failed. The heart of the gate is dead. We need to see my father. He should know what happened with Ansel.
Okay, it wasn't a long conversation. But nonetheless, it was an unpleasant one. That's probably a bit mean. Either way, where can we find the Duke? Here he is. Duke, you'll never believe what just happened.
The Absolute's voice is gone, but I still hear its echoes. Reflections of reflections.
So, we re-killed Ansel the dragon?
I failed, father. The worm is fallen.
A terrible fate for Ansur, my son. Yet my hopes for the city's future have never been higher.
I don't understand.
You and your allies slayed the undead terror that was once the Great Ansur. You are stronger than even the Great Worm. You will be the one to part the storms and lead the people through. You, not Ansur, are the savior we need. First, you will fell the Absolute. Then we will rebuild Baldur's Gate. We will take back our city together. I will name you Baldur's Gate's newest Grand Duke of the Council. You will be hailed Heart of the Gate.
Grand Duke. I look the part of a fiend.
I will tell the citizens and the patriarchs of your good works. They will know you carry your father's banner.
Uncertainty fills the air. Will has reached a fork in his path. In which direction will he travel?
I trust you, Will. Follow your heart, wherever it leads.
Will?
I fought to right the wrongs of the coast. To slay the men and monsters that hunt the helpless. It is in the wilds that I find my courage, not in the halls of Upper City estates. There will be no Grand Duke Will Ravengard, and there will be no Blade of Frontiers. I am now the Blade of Avernus. For as long as demons and devils imperil the Sword Coast, they will be my prey.
Then go with my blessing. Be Faerun's great defender. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. Let these be the lights that guide you, my son. Hail, the Blade of Avernus!
The Blade of Avernus!
A calm settles over you. The Elder Brain is a menace, but with the Blade of Avernus at your side, you know you can triumph.
Hooray! The Blade of Avernus.
The Blade of Avernus. A new name for a changed man. The four pillars finally rise within me. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. I'm not to abide them, but to become them. But enough reflection for today. I'm of a mind to celebrate. A hearty meal would do the trick. A few hunks of fresh venison, a round of brown ale. What do you say?
Yeah, sounds good.
Wonderful. You hunt the deer, I'll scrounge up the ale. Prepare your belly for a roast a la Blade.
And what are you going to do as the Blade once we defeat the Brain?
I scout both the hells and the coast's havens, and I destroy every fiend that dares put its eye on Faerun.
Will takes a sharp breath. He's keeping something from you.
There's more to your plans than you're letting on, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I will be hunting Mizora. I won't let her claim one more soul, slay one more victim. I'm going to make my way to the hells and tear the horns right off her damned head.
Are you sure you're ready? Once we deal with the Brain, Mizora's going to take your powers.
Father trained me in the sword and the bow. They'll have to sustain me.
Very well. You do what you think best, Will. I don't really care. So the quest log gets thinner still. Our quest is just to save the day. That's just saving the day. I don't really care about Oscar the artist all that much. We haven't found the Stone Lord. We're not finding Dribbles. We could go to the Society of Brilliance, I suppose, chat with Ameluum. But generally, there's very little left to do aside from rescuing Orin's victim, I think.
The Blade of Avernus. I can't think of a better man than Will to take up the title. It's about time someone stood up to the evil fucks populating the Hells.
Well said. Now, would you like to take his place in the team?
Slave! Joy! Freedom. Close. Help me. Help you. Reciprocation! Watchers! Ignore you. Foundry. Neutralized. Witnesses. Eliminated. You walk free. You one task. Kill Orin! Kill Orin! Kill Orin! Kill Orin!
Okay, we'll get on with that. I would like to speak to our squiddy friend though. He's down here somewhere, yeah? There he is. I wonder if he'll be pleased that we're becoming Illithid ourselves. Hello, Ameluum. And Blurk too. What ho, old friends?
It is pleasurable to see you. Your intervention within the cult's underwater complex was a timely one. I am glad my carelessness did not cost the life of Duke Ravengard. That you also saved me was unexpected.
Well, we are pretty cool. Also, we kind of like you.
I too feel some warmth at your presence. Your inclination to generosity is an admirable quality, one I wish to reciprocate. Blurg and I have consulted on the matter of your reward. We first thought to ask the denizens of the Underdark for their aid in fighting the cult. Alas, our influence there remains negligible. Instead, we have selected a series of items from the Society's vaults.
Go on.
Given my kind's involvement in creating this evil, it is only right that I do my part in helping you defeat it, or at least improving your odds.
Wonderful. We got a bag.
Extremely attractive.
Thank you, friend. What does bag contain? Potions and scrolls. Very well. I'm going to leave the bag on the floor. I don't need it. But thanks anyway. So it was probably not worthwhile, but it was nice to check in with an old friend. Here we are, in front of a locked door. That, I believe, will unlock it. Wonderful. And we can go deeper in. We could also speak to Bereki, though. Well, we can't speak... Well, we can speak to Bereki. Bereki won't speak to us.
The penitent looks at you silently, expectantly.
Trade. Because our inventory is still absolutely full of gubbins. With some of that gubbins offloaded, we can venture deeper in where we've got some sort of gauntlet ahead of us. We've all failed the perception check. That's a good start. So we've got to beat that guy and pass. Whilst getting shot at a bunch of times. 6 turns remain to catch up with and beat up that fellow over there. We just can't reach him very well from here, so I guess we'll need to fly. Can we fly somewhere? Where can we fly to with old Gale? We can get up there. Hello, friends. Now, what about... Okay, you can't be harmed because of Sanctuary. You've got 5 unstoppables on you, which means doing a few hits to you They'll only do 1 damage apiece, but it will take away quite a lot of your unstoppability. We could also Misty Step if we felt like it. Get Reek close to you. And now he's teleported down to there. The rest of the crew will just have to leg it, I think. But that's fine. It'll add more people to the fight. But it's got to be done if we want to get down there and beat that lad up before time runs out. So yeah, a whole lot of nothing going on right now. Just dashing and light fire damage. What are you doing, you idiot? Oh, unstoppable. Saved him from big fall damage. That's clever. So I guess we'll just fly again. Why not? Now you've still got 1 unstoppable on you. But now that's 1 off. We should be able to do proper damage to you next turn. Now this lot. Again, we're probably just dashing for 1 more turn at the very least. Although,
What's this?
Karlach, can you... Okay, time can't be moved by force. Why is that? Is that a feature of Unstoppable? Yeah, it is. Okay. But what if, Karlach, you were to... Magic Missile the bugger? There we go. Strangler Luke is no longer unstoppable. Still quite heavy though, by the look of it. We failed. Let's eat an opportunity attack then. Or not. Let's just keep shuffling. Shadowheart, do you want to try the same thing? Okay. Failed again. It's got high dex, so Sacred Flame, not a good idea. More arrows are fired. Now Lae'zel, you might actually stand a chance of shoving this lad. Sweet. So that's him out of the picture. Now this lot are going to do their thing. These 3 are just firing more arrows. And after a whole lot of not much, it's up to Gale again. Let's do a little hop. Now we should have the movement speed, one would hope, to Necrotic Touch that man. Oh, I thought I had Necrotic Touch selected, instead I just hit him with a stick. That's unfortunate. So it's 1 more turn of dashing with this lot. It's not the most thrilling fight in the world. But we'll get through it eventually. Right, so this time let's actually do an Necrotic Touch. Now let's learn that he's actually immune to necrotic damage anyway. What a pisser. Radiant would have been the way to go. Should have checked before I did it, you know. Big idiot. That's the trouble. So, guiding bolts then. Big high level ones. Boom, get on your ass. Yeah, he's not got a million health, so it's actually going to be fairly straightforward. There we go. That's the fight basically over at this point. Oh, they've puffed out of existence. Okay, everyone's puffed out of existence. Job's good. And that is pretty much the last fight before we battle Orin herself, so maybe it's now time for a rest. Yeah, we'll just nip back from that murder hole to Elf Song and just have a quick snooze. And with the snooze out of the way, we're free to make our way down.
The Lord of Murder shall perish.
Yeah. And here we are. I think we can trigger these things, can't we?
I spotted a trap.
Yeah, it just spills blood everywhere. That's fine. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, maybe that last one's not fine. It lured me in to a false sense of security. Well played.
Stone seals this chamber against the world. The Baal amulet trembles in frightened awe.
Let's just push the amulet against the door, see what happens.
Will you return once you cross this threshold?
Yes. Yes, we will. Look at all these murderer types. Just hanging about. And a bunch more down there as well. Wretches. Oh, there's Halsin.
I smell it. Gortash's corpse stain. His killer approaches. You knew the Murder Lord could not be denied his meat. But Saravok's crimson was not yours to spill. He was mine. You had no right to take him. Oh, did it think it could protect? Did it think it could save? Only the blades can offer salvation.
Come now, Orin. I killed Gortash. Let him go. It's 25. It's a big roll. Guess we best just ace it.
You do not lie, underling. It is your blood I am destined to spill. Your death spit will stain these walls, little lamb. Oh, your murder should have been exquisite. A crypt-born effigy to great Baal's bleeding dawn. And now it will be nothing. Come to me, Father. Set my flesh to your unholy purpose.
Alright then. She's got a bit big. She's in Slayer form and she's unstoppable to the power of 7. So she can probably do big slashes and whatnot in her Slayer form. Also, Boon of Baal is over there. It's just a thing. And then we've got a couple of death heads of Baal just sort of standing about. And then we've got a bunch more that have got Sanctuary. Baal's Chosen will be granted a profane boon at the start of every turn. So if we could take those guys out, that could potentially help. Now, I've heard of a way that we might be able to do that, so let's have a look. Have we got a void bulb about our person? If we throw those in the right spot, will it just tug everyone nearby off cliffs? Well, it's taking one of them out of the fight. That's good. It didn't harm that one, though. It moved them slightly, but it didn't harm them. They've only got Sanctuary for like a turn, though, haven't they? So maybe we can deal with them in time. Either way, Orin's going to come and try and deal with us now, isn't she? So let's let her come. She's had to dash. And she's got a big jump. Very well. Should we just try and work through 6 unstoppables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, she's no longer unstoppable. She's just an idiot now. She doesn't have opportunity attacks either. Shadowheart, do you want to cast a super high level Spirit Guardians? Maybe you do. Oh no, it slows out. I've gone and picked the wrong character again. But maybe that's fine. She's too heavy to shove, that's no surprise. Now Shadowheart, do you want to do a bit of this as well? Yes. We should have probably wild shaped with you before the fight began. Because we could have turned you into dragon form. We still can. It's only a bonus action to do it with the starry forms, so that's good. Now, what are you going to do? Not a lot. Aha! The Boon of Baal is doing something. Boon of the Unstoppable. Now she's got 7. Again. So what, level 5? Will that do 7? Yeah, she's no longer unstoppable. What's she gonna do? She's gonna get smacked about a bit. Sumptuous bloodbath. And slay. Okay, none of that was particularly great. Good job, Orin. Now, would you like... Let's see. Shadowheart can't go next, it seems. Even though they're all next to one another in the turn order. It seems it must be Karlach who's next. I don't understand why. But I guess we'll live with it. Now, we could start working on these buggers now that they... Oh no, they might still have Sanctuary. I'm not sure how you're supposed to deal with those buggers most of the time though. I guess we'll just do that. Although, apparently... No. She doesn't have resistances, so why did that do no damage to her? I don't understand. It was lightning damage, not thunder. So even if she was silenced or anything... Yeah, not sure why that didn't work. That's a bit dumb. Oh well, she's taken a bunch of radiant damage there, and she might have fallen over as well, which is even funnier. Now that did no damage. But she just took some damage, so why did that do no damage? It's a bit of a mystery. It's like she's taking damage some of the time, and then other times she's not. Well, now she's getting shrieked at as well by my noisy sword. So what happens if we hit her now? Is she going to take damage or not? Yeah, she took damage there. Oh, she's dead. Okay. Any questions? Do any of you lot have any questions about what just transpired? It seems like they want to step to me. That's interesting. They don't even seem that concerned about the fact that Orin just got turned into absolute mincemeat.
Prostrate before your throne of blood. Heed our prayer. Heed your call.
So what you got, lads? Just chucking daggers about? Well, some of them are invisible. That's kind of annoying. But it's not the end of the world. Oh, piss. I forgot you had Unstoppable still. Wasted that crit. Let's fly over here, see if we can't reveal some invisible buggers. Now, at least Karlach can do stuff. Destructive Wrath as well, why not? Get dead. You're going to throw things around, probably. Amazing job. Now, Shad. Would you like to get in here as well with your high-level Spirit Guardians and just ruin people's day? Nice. Could do a paralyzing crit. I mean, there's not really a lot of need, because that will do the job pretty effectively. Then you can have some Spirit Guardians. Oh yeah, there's one over there. Okay. We'll send Gale that way to reveal them in a moment. Hello, friend. No, you could be shoved, but we're not very strong, so... Guiding Bolt. Ah, someone over here is still alive. I figured there was an aura coming around here which suggested that someone was still going. But that's fine. We're not terribly concerned about them. You're invisible again. You probably haven't moved. Yes. If you're just going to turn invisible, then not move, I'm just going to kill you, basically. Oh wait, it's Lae'zel that's got the big red aura around her. Okay. Yeah. Get up, Orin. We need you to die as cinematically as possible.
The metallic tongue fills the air as the Slayer's form is drained of life. Ashes to ashes, blood to blood, you have robbed another god of his chosen.
Get wrecked, Bal.
So, we have the final stone. I need to see it for myself. There it is. So innocent, but such potential. You have done very well indeed.
The Netherstones pulse with psionic energy, permeating you, pulling you in line with their rhythm. The thrum quickens, rising, cresting on a single feeling. A location.
A Morphic pool beneath the city itself. So that's where the Chosen imprisoned the brain.
You know Baldur's Gate best. How do we find this Morphic pool?
If memory serves, there are smuggling routes beneath the city. They will take you underground. When we reach the pool, we will find the brain, and we will end this. In death, thraldom, or freedom. But a word of caution. Once we cross into the Elder Brain's domain, there will be no turning back. Finish your business here before you proceed. The brain will be waiting for us.
By and large, we have finished our business here. We just need to have a poke around an orange gore pile. We find a dagger that we don't need. The Crimson Mischief. And a key. That'll free Halsin, I guess. And then some armour that we also don't need. And we've probably picked up Orin's other dagger already. Yeah, there it is, Bloodthirst. Whole lot of stuff we don't require. So Lae'zel can hold on to some of it so that we're not encumbered. And I guess we better rescue this lad.
Oh, you came for me. Thank you. I feared Orin's accursed smile would be the very last sight I beheld. Every breath in this place reeks of corruption. I will return to camp. The air is cleaner there.
Wonderful. Not much to say then, really. That's Halsin for you. We should head to the sewers. Well, we're already there. We got lots of allies who can help us on our way. So where exactly in the sewers should we be headed? North, I guess. North from the Temple of Baal. Ah yeah, this looks familiar.
Cranium rats. They swarm when an elder brain is near. We must be close to its hiding place.
Yes, we must.
Beware. A solitary rat may be trivial, but a swarm is dangerous.
And we got a waypoint. I think we will drop another rest. Get back our spell slots. There's very little reason not to do so when we've got 7 gazillion food available to us. Now we have a skiff. The Skiff of Destiny. Once we enter this place, there is no turning back. We no longer have access to our camp or the items stored there. New players will not be able to join our party. It'll just be me and the girls. I think we wish to proceed. This journey's got to come to an end at some point.
Pristine darkness in every direction. Silence, but for the gentle, rhythmic slap of water on rock as your vessel cuts through.
Good old psychic stalactites. We're fine. Our armor's not weighing us down very much. We're just bobbing about. We're not worried about the rest of the crew? Okay. Oh, there we are.
An overwhelming force pushes into your mind. The brain. It is here.
Can you smell it? The brine. It's infused with magic. The brain is here.
Before I forget, maybe we should use our Starry Dragon form on Shads right now. That'll save us a bonus action when we get into a fight. I don't think there's anything else we really need to do here except push on. Which way is on though? Is it up here? No, it's probably over there, wasn't it? Although, hard to say. There's a pool. Vague memories of getting ambushed in that room. So maybe that's the way to go. As I've said a couple of times, it's been a while. It was like before the epilogue party was added when I last completed the game. So, yeah. Memories of this point are pretty hazy. No sign of a scrap yet, but I feel like Devourers might all just spring out of the pools and try and ruin my day.
Looks like an ambush.
Yeah. Looks like an ambush. But from where? Where does it look like an ambush, Gale? I guess it's as soon as we try and climb up this bit. There we go. Ooh, that's a big boy. Okay, I was expecting those to just like pop off straight away. Alas. There we go, that's that one down. Oh, and that one exploded into like caustic brine or something. That's unfortunate. Karlach, shall we spend one of your spell slots as well? Why not? And then as for Gale, let's see. There's another big lad over there. Those big lads are the problem. We probably don't need Luck of the Far Realms because Call the Weak. Yes. And they've got a little dash on the go. Is out to smash that one. Possibly shove the other one back into their pool. Okay, that's summoned more, or was... I guess more just appeared because a certain number had already died. I don't think pushing them into the pool multiplies them. I hope not, anyway. Now, those glands just sort of explode of their own accord. It seems like it. It's a lot of damage that Shaz is taking there. But she can at least dish out some as well. That one's on 4, that one's on 11. If she hits that one, she can move up. And then... I feel like we just want to hit some of these buggers, perhaps. Even if we take a hit in the process. That guy hasn't exploded straight away. That's probably good for us. Because we might want to move away from it. And then blast it. Wonderful, and that's exploded another couple. So, Lae'zel, clean that one up, will you? And then... I guess we'll just bounce up here. That's fine. Good job. That one's going to explode as well. Yeah.
Creatures were not themselves. Corruption is in the air. It infects.
A little respite does wonders.
Okay, so they weren't acting normally. I guess the fact that some of them were exploding does kind of indicate that. So Emperor's right in that regard. So down we go to what could generously be described as a beach.
Deathly silence. The air is stale and putrid.
It's close. Have the stones ready.
Your blood slows. Your senses strung so tight they could snap in an instant.
Oh good, we did bring the stones. Hello, yous.
You think you know why you are here. You think that by killing the Chosen and taking the Netherstones, you can destroy me. You are wrong.
It's pretty big. If it just smacked us with that tentacle, it'd probably do quite well.
It's messing with your mind. Don't listen to it. Use the stones.
Yes. Let's just make a saving throw. Constitution. You've survived this far. Trust yourself. Dominate the brain. It's a difficult roll. We kind of need to pass it, I think, or we might just die. Let's use some inspirations. What else are we using them for at this point? Nice.
By eliminating Ketheric, Orin, and Gortash, you have simply unbound me. Exactly as I intended. The crown is now mine to command. Mine alone.
Don't listen to it. Focus on the crown.
Wisdom. Wisdom seems like a good bet, although, look at that. Arcana. Draw on the power of the weave and try again. You'll not let the crown slip from your grasp. It's 25, but we got 9 to 12 bonus. 12 bonus is required. Nice.
The crown is not my weakness. It is what made me what I am. I needed the crown to build an army. I needed the Chosen to bring it to me. They would not have surrendered it freely, so I gave them what they wanted. Power. Just enough that they would play their part in my design. Their part has ended. The next orders will be mine.
I won't allow it. Again, dominate it.
Yes. Constitution again might be the answer here. Our resilience will not be shaken. This one's a 30. Which means we can only make it really if we roll a crit. So I guess we will.
got your role to play too. Who do you think told the Chosen about the Astral Prism? Who do you think planted the knowledge of Orpheus's power and the fear of what it could do? When the Chosen sent my thralls to retrieve the prism, who do you think let the Emperor slip its leash, knowing it would be the one to bring you to me?
We were part of its plan.
I only needed one Netherstone loosened from the Chosen's grasp to guarantee my freedom. You brought all three back to me. In doing so, you have liberated me. This was your role, and it is complete. Now you will witness the grand design.
Or we could dominate the brain. It doesn't really matter which we pick here because it's a 99. This check doesn't need to be passed, rather obviously, but we'll still try. There we go. Third try. That's 3 20s that we've rolled in these checks now. I'm impressed. Well done, Gale.
This is not over.
Well, we've pissed it off at least. Just another day in the city. Another cataclysm in the city. Baldur's Gate's used to these things by now. Although this one's particularly impressive. Nautiloids. That's not great. Too slow, my man. Could have at least taken his hat off before you scoffed his brain. But then, what do I know? I'm not a mind fire.
out just in time. The situation is worse than I thought. This is an Elder Brain, no longer. The magic of the crown has caused it to evolve. It has become something more. A Nether Brain.
You say that like it's a regular occurrence, and nether brains are an actual thing. I feel like this is the first time this has ever happened, and you've just made up a name for it. Either way, I thought the nether stones were supposed to allow us to dominate the brain.
I thought so too. But that was when I believed it was still an Elder Brain. It has been anticipating our every move from the start. I underestimated it. We will need to rethink our plan.
I'm sure we can come up with something useful. We'll follow friend Emperor next time and figure out exactly what the plan is going to be. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.